Last year, I discovered forensics, and I found out that sucked. I've only delivered one sentence, and I already know what you're all going to write. Awkward. Here, let me spell that for you. A-N-D-Y. Why? Because I stink. Man, do you hear this voice? Do you see these facial expressions? I mean, my hand gestures, they look like I'm kung fu fighting. Oh, you don't believe me, okay? You want to see my typical ballots? All right. Rank 7 in a round of 5. I hate you. Love the bow tie. What are you doing, Mother of God? Pick up Brett. Why do I want your grocery list? Okay. You know, this year, I am gonna change all of this. And no, not with some ridiculous ritual like rehearsal. Now I'm gonna win by infusing fancy forensics flash. That's right. I went to Men's Warehouse, and I even got buttons, Sam. And I like the way I look. They guarantee it. I mean, I decided to shamelessly flatter every speech hottie I met. Hey, baby. Nice V8 stand. I pulled out all the bells and whistles. No, literally, in my prelims, I brought bells and whistles. Okay, sure, maybe they were rape whistles, but they were still whistles. I realized I still blew like a pan flute. Okay, yeah, sure. I may be power waxing this turd, but it's still a piece of crap. No, I'm not getting better. I'm just peacocking. What, you don't know what peacocking is? I mean, strutting your stuff, showing off, being flashy? Okay, it's just awful. Because it's putting a strain on our pocketbooks and our personalities. I mean, the Christian Science Monitor gets all preachy in there August 14, 2012. And they said that in the past 25 years, the amount of spending on luxury items has increased by 30%. And that 67% of people admit to making these purchases to keep up with trends. As a result, we're losing sight of who we really are. So this needs to change. So first, we're gonna ruffle up our feathers and look at the peacocking problem. Second, we will squawk at the horns. Third, we will strut on over to the causes of this cock catastrophe. And fourth and finally, maybe we can't fly, but on a day like today, we will get high on some solutions.
Yeah!
That's right. 4 points. Because my speech is bigger than yours. Yeah. I have a peacock fetish. So what? I like feathers and fishnet stockings. Because I'm just that manly. So let's define peacocking and look at examples of the habitat these creatures exist in. The November 14th, 2012 New York Times defines peacocking as showing off with the intent to impress and gain attention. Now, the term itself actually comes from peacocks, who in nature shake their tail feathers. And that can actually be applied to life in general. I mean, we peacock with, among other things, our clothes, our electronics, and our cars. The April 2nd, 2012 Washington Post states that collectively, Americans spend $82 billion a year on clothing, but individually have less than $500 in their savings account. I mean, we spend money so we can wear a name brand. I mean, you know, when you buy a pair of $200 Diesel jeans or $400 Oakley sunglasses, well, you don't have money for the things that count. Like the $13,000 Dolce & Gabbana lace-up moccasins. Priceless. Yeah, peacocking is also happening at the family level. Weddings, birthday parties, pet parties, bar mitzvahs, my nephew's bris. Yeah, talk about a peacock. But you know, at my wedding, the sky's gonna be the limit. So, you know, at my wedding, I'm gonna ride a unicorn named Moses. And I'm gonna be entertained by Sarah Palin wrestling a polar bear inside the stomach of a giant mutant panda. And we are serving Chipotle. I could go on forever with the ways we peacock, but these birds, they're carrying some hefty harms. This is bird flu 2.0. On July 7th, 2012, CNN reports that this year, nearly 1 million consumers cannot afford the $500 fee to file bankruptcy. And apparently this person right here finds that very entertaining. But, I mean, we're so broke, we can't even afford to be broke. No, that wasn't a joke. But you know that not having adequate money results in money stress? A May 7, 2012 New York Times reports that money stress is one of the top stressors in America, and it causes headaches, depression, muscle pain, pneumonia, and digestion problems. I mean, seriously? Digestion problems? Can you imagine trying to poop when all you can think about is your money going down the toilet? And pretty soon we won't know which to cleanse tighter. Budgets? Or you guessed it, our butt cheeks. Furthermore, this perilous peacocking predicament is causing people to have problematic perceptions of who they really are. A January 2nd, 2013 Washington Post states that we are hiding behind a facade of fancy, overpriced merchandise, and as a result, we're failing to show people our true selves. You know, we buy these status items to try to represent something we're not. For example, you might think you're Beyonce rocking it out at the Super Bowl, but you're really just a guy alone in his room, punching a stuffed rabbit in the head, doing the Harlem Shake. So, let's take our understanding of this cock catastrophe and strut on over to the causes. First, this can be attributed to a lack of spending competency. As a matter of fact, the December 12, 2012 Time magazine reports that 54% of Americans are financially illiterate. Okay, so this includes lacking knowledge in financing, savings, and insurance. You know, I guess that's why Bernie Madoff made off with all that money. Oh my God, I get it. His name is Madoff. Okay, but seriously, why all the overcompensation? You know, in the November 16, 2012 New York Times, it comments that showing off is not the same as showing confidence. We don't trust what's on the inside, so we compensate by flashing this on the outside. I mean, you know a guy's compensating when he's got a pair of truck nuts dangling from the back of Yeah, he's gotta be unhappy with his mileage. But our consumer culture, it leads us to make these expensive purchases. I mean, the July 7th, 2012 Huffington Post puffs that 30% of our purchase decisions are based on other people's opinions. I mean, sure, I spent $150 on a 3-month subscription to Match.com, and not because I'm lonely or I like to wear feathers, but when I like to wear feathers. Oh, my username is @doodledoo222. So after getting to know the source of the showsmanship and knocking our egos, mainly mine, down a peg, let's take off these bird suits and find some seedless solutions. So first, we really need to stop shopping from paycheck to paycheck. I mean, the August 29, 2012 Forbes comments that spending smart is better than saving dumb. If we look at every dime we spend, we're likely to find expenses that can be cut. This way we can have what we want without failing to afford what we need. Yeah, finally, I can get a shake weight. No more look lady on for this guy. It works with my natural motion. Second, we need to do the right thing. A December 6, 2012 Huffington Post posts that instead of following the media's trends, we need to set our own trends. The media, well, it's only powerful if we allow it to be. You know, it's funny. We said the same thing in my group therapy about my no thoughts. I'm powerful. Okay. By the way, in order to carry yourself properly, you need to have true confidence. I mean, the December 6, 2012 Forbes comments that true confidence, it means not judging yourself. Self-confidence, it comes from within. This afternoon we looked at the problems, harms, causes, and solutions, and learned that while peacocking's impacts may have pervaded our culture, there is a way to shed our feathers without losing our identities. And this past year of forensics, it wasn't all that bad. It taught me something important. You know, it's not what's on the outside that counts, but how good your intro is.